Good morning. Okay, so it's been brought to my attention that it's been about 4 months since I've done a bus update. I've been very slack and haven't really gotten around to filming any videos and updates. If you do follow us though, however, on Facebook and on Instagram, you will see that I have been doing some mini updates there. Just some little tidbits of things that we've been doing over the weekends. So if you're not already, jump on those pages because honestly that's the best way to stay updated with our adventures and what's going on with the bus. So I thought today I would just jump on, give you a walkthrough, show you what we've been doing, and then I'll throw up some photos and whatnot at the end, and we'll just give you a general rundown on what's been happening over the last 4 months. Alright, so I thought that we would start with the outside of the bus. Kids are inside hiding from the heat, so I'll come out here and slog it out so I can update you guys. We're going to start with the front and then we'll just work our way around and I'll show you what's been happening. Okay, so here we go. Front of the bus. We'll probably start with the windscreens. So we had the one on the passenger side. That one there was replaced not long after we purchased it. We have discovered, however, that this one does need to be replaced as well. We've got, you can see there, we've got big cracks coming up from the bottom, and we've also been told there's another one up the top as well. So unfortunately, we do have to get this one replaced now. It's not just as simple as fixing the crack, which is a bit sad. Obviously more money, kind of sucks, but there you have it. So front of the bus looking pretty good. We did actually get some new blinds put in, so you'll notice the front windscreens look less sheety, so to speak. We did originally have a sheet hanging down over the front, covering the light and the heat coming in from the outside, and we've since bought some block out blinds for the front which have worked wonders and they are looking heaps better, and once that new screen window goes in, it'll look a lot nicer as well. So I'm not too sure if we've shown you these ones if the mirrors were up last time, but these are the new antler mirrors that we have installed. So that gives Chris a lot more view when we're driving, which is really good. We had some really, we had the original ones on there which were attached where that window is now up the top, and they weren't the greatest, and we obviously needed something a lot better with such a big bus and towing a trailer as well. So these have been installed now and a new window has gone in there to replace the old panel that was there. UHF aerial is in, and then going down into the electrical system. So I'm going to take you in here to where the power comes from. So last we spoke, we had the inverter was installed. We had 4 batteries and we were running on solar. Everything seemed to be going pretty well for a short period of time, and then we started getting some faults that were being thrown out onto our display panel upstairs. So after having a technician come out and have a look at everything, he had suggested that we fix a couple of things that were going on down the back here, trying to rule out what could be causing or throwing the faults. So Chris has actually pulled the whole lot out, batteries, wiring, everything, and he has rewired everything again. And done it with a thicker wire, which has stopped the faults from being thrown upstairs, which is really great. So far, fingers crossed, everything seems to be running smoothly now, and the solar and everything is working the way it should, and so far we haven't had any other faults. So we have the 3000 kilowatt inverter, and then beside that we have this smart solar MPPT, so that's 150 solar input and 85 amps at charge. And then beside that is our Victron buzz bar, which obviously all the wiring and everything goes into, which just keeps it all tidier and more convenient for all the wiring and everything. And we also now have 6 batteries. These are 200 amp hour King's lithium batteries, and they are now at 600 amp hour, running at 24 volt. So we have sufficient power now, which is really great. We've also been asked a couple of times now what we thought of the King's batteries. We had looked at some other options, but everything was quite expensive, and you know, we didn't really want to take out a loan just for batteries. So we've gone with the Kings, and we haven't had any issues. We would definitely rate them. The only thing that we found is that because they are, you know, originally built for, or tested, I should say, for four-wheel drives, being that they would usually only have 2 batteries in there, because we have connected them, or connected 6 together, that then voids our warranty with them. But in saying that, for the cost of the batteries to replace, if we needed to, kind of outweighs any other issues that we may have with the warranty. So would we rate them? Yes, we would. Would we recommend them? Yes, we would. So if you're looking for batteries, definitely have a look at them. These ones, like I say, are the 200 amp hour, but Kings do now have the 300 amp hour, which, you know, had they been available when we were buying, we would have probably bought them instead. So yeah, 4-wheel drive super center, pretty sure they've got sales on at the moment as well, so go and check them out. And on the other side, in this compartment here, we have our diesel heater. So we do have a split system Dometic aircon unit inside, but we found that using the heater obviously draws way too much power, so we decided that we would install a diesel heater, and this would keep us warm in the winter months. Excuse the mess down the bottom. But yeah, so we've used that a few times since we've had it installed. Obviously not now that it's, you know, very hot and muggy, but definitely well worth it, and would highly recommend getting one of these bad boys as well, as an alternative option for running the heat during the cooler months. And it doesn't take a lot of diesel. This diesel needs to be drained. It's been sitting in there for a while, as you can see, but yeah, it doesn't use a lot of diesel. Okay, so heading now around to the other side of the bus. You will have to bear with us. The mess is chaotic. It is about as clean as it's going to get. For anybody that is building or considering building, this is what life is like. So it is what it is. All right, so now we're on the other side of the bus, and this is our undercover storage area, if you please. Last time you saw it, we had 1 table. We now have 3. No idea how we managed to store all of this stuff on the one little table, but there you go. So on this side here, as you can see, there are the rest of the batteries. A little bit squishy, not ideal at times, but easily accessible, and everything is there for us. On this side here, we also have the gas bottles. So our hot water and our stovetop is all run from gas, and we have a whole switch over and change over in there. So we just have the 2 bottles plugged in, one runs out, we just switch it over, goes into the next bottle. Not finished entirely with this area, the space yet, still needs some door, and then we need a proper door to go on the front of it, its own separate little door. So one thing that I'm sure that you are all aware of with converting is that you have a list, and you go through that list, and then you cross off things and you add things, and 9 times out of 10 we have discovered that the list is cross one thing off, add 2 more. So the list keeps growing, which kind of gets a little frustrating, but we are crossing things off slowly. So the doors for the gas bottles have been added to the list, and obviously other bits and pieces like the window at the front needs to go as well, so we'll get that done too at some point or other. Okay, so now moving on down, so obviously storage space, everything that we need. We have that is our grey water tank, and then down to the side, hidden away underneath there, is one of our water containers. And then we have another one which is the same size on the other side, and that container, can't remember exactly how big it is, but it is the length of that entire cabin there, so quite large and does the job. So we've got 2 of those for our fresh water. So going on down, we've got little space here. It's been raining, you know, Queensland weather, so just show you. Alrighty, so under here, if you had seen some of our videos on Facebook and that, you'll see that we had had to replace the batteries. So these are our drive batteries. We're always going to replace these. It's just always on the list of things to do. The list. So we have replaced those. We did have a different battery charger here. However, that one actually threw a fault and almost killed one of our new batteries. So kind of really frustrating there. We were lucky that we got to it before it shut itself down and it didn't cause any damage, which was good to the battery. So we've now got this new one in and it's been working really well and we've had no issues with it. So I can't really fault that one, and batteries are all now charging and everything is going well with these. Coming around the outside, so Chris has also been working on the rear bar and the tow bar section. So he's had to, again, if you've been following us on Facebook and Instagram, you'll see all of the progress on this side of things. So he has manufactured and fabricated this entire area, this whole section, for the tow bar and for the rear bar by himself. He's done it all with reinforced steel, so it's all very, very solid, and honestly I would hate to be the person that accidentally rear-ends this bus because it's not going to end well for them. So he's obviously fitted all of this. He's done everything here himself. He's had to move the exhaust because of course it was going to be in the way. Spare tyre will go back in there eventually. So we've got our tow ball in now. Trailer. We have been back and forth with different ideas on how it was going to work. At one point Chris was going to build it from scratch, from the ground up. And I think now that we're kind of at the pointy end of the build, we're kind of getting itchy feet on wanting to get out and get going. So I believe the plan now is that we have been looking for already pre-made trailers, ones that we can just do up the way that we want, add the toolboxes in, add the roof rack and everything onto it so that we can tow the toolbox for Chris. So when we're on the road, he's got his tools for working, and also some extra storage space. We've got another fridge coming as well through Four-Wheel Drive Supercenter, so we can have extra freezer space or, you know, food or whatever for if Chris has got to take the trailer out on the road, that sort of stuff. And the kayaks and bits and pieces like that. Plus it will also tow the car. So that is on the agenda for the next couple of months or so. That'll probably begin well after Christmas and New Year, probably around sort of end of January, February, I believe that will begin that little project. But that is the rear end of the bus. We do have a couple more stickers, ghastly yellow stickers that need to go on for the clearance stickers or whatever they're called, the safety stickers. So they have to go on. We haven't purchased those ones yet. But yeah, so that's pretty much the outside of the bus, I believe. I don't think I've missed anything out there. Just having a look along my little list here so that I didn't forget. Pretty much it on the outside, but I will now take you inside and we'll have a look. I'll show you what the bus is looking like now. There's a few changes since we last spoke, so I will run through those real quick. Alrighty, guard dog. He's yumma. So coming on into the front of the bus, pretty sure most of this is the same as what it has been. Don't think too much has changed around this area here at the moment. But up in this part we did remove this section. It was all kind of falling apart a bit, so we've pulled it all out and put in some rust proofing and everything up in there. Put in some new installation, and this will all be covered in as well once we get the lights on the top of the roof replaced, because they all need to be done as well. And then the side panels and everything will all go on, and this will just be a bit of a shelving area. And yeah, so then we've got our new blinds big block out ones, which have been really great for keeping the heat out and the sun and the cold and everything. And we will again get one for the driver's side and also for the door. Now with the door, we have been contemplating taking this out and replacing it with a whole new door. The reason behind that is mainly because we can't seal it off properly. We do have some issues in certain spots, like obviously you can see there's a big air gap there, and we've tried using different rubbers, we've tried different techniques of sealing it off, and if we do that, then it creates a problem on this side of the door where some parts of it stick and the door doesn't close properly. It becomes stiff and hard and we can't actually close it properly. So then you take the rubbers out and then obviously you're left with this big gap, and there's some gaps down the bottom corner as well. So we're thinking that we could possibly frame out this whole door, square it all up, and install a new door with a fly screen attached to it as well. So that's kind of an idea that we're toying with, and it's on the list. The freaking list. Going around, again, shoes, everything's still the same. Not much has changed there. And down into the living area, we did have, I think we had deck chairs last time, or like camping chairs last time. So we did manage to find a couch. We were umming and ahhing about whether or not we build one and utilize this space for some storage, but we have plenty of storage everywhere else in the bus, and we didn't want to lose out on comfort with a wooden boxy couch. So we were able to find one that reclines, and so it has all the fold out legs and stuff underneath, and a lot more comfortable than just your standard built-in couch. So that's been really great. Moving on to this side, where the TV cabinet is. Again, pretty sure last time this was all open and there was cat dog food stuff everywhere. So since then we have built a dog feeding watering station down here. So some of his food's all tucked away, and in this space is where all the cats bits and pieces go. So, children's cords. So feeding and kitty litter and everything, container just comes out. And it's all on this very handy little barn slide door. All purchased from our favourite place, Bunnings. Yep. So that's all there, neat and tidy, tucked away. Bit of Christmas going on here. And then down into the living sort of area. So dining. I think all the cushions were still there last time. We have stained the walls. Not this side here, but down through the kitchen, living, down into the hallway, the bathrooms, and everything has all been done, but our bedroom has yet to be done on there because we're not finished. So that's all been stained now, and that's all ready to rock and roll. And over here is where our sort of switchboard system monitoring things are. So you've got your water heater, which we've been over. This is our old backup, it's our old / backup power charger, so that we can keep an eye on the batteries and everything. Then you've got Victron, which is our whole system downstairs. Currently at the moment we are on the grid, just purely because we can be, and we know that everything's running at the moment, so we're okay with that. And then that's our diesel heater monitor as well. So the diesel heater comes through the wall in here, and it's all been insulated and starts actually down underneath this cushion here. So it comes up through the floor, goes through the wall, up into here, and then comes out through this vent. A lot of people might be going, why are you putting a vent at the top? And that's because we find that the airflow in the bus actually, it kind of pushes it down anyway, so the heat circulates pretty well in this bus. We did think about putting it down the bottom, but we were a bit worried. This part here gets a bit warm to touch, and we had been told and warned about that, so that was a bit of a worry for us with the kids and stuff and the animals. We didn't want anybody rubbing up against that and getting a bit hot. But we haven't had any issues with it up there. Like I say, it works a treat and does the job much better and a lot more efficient than the aircon units that we have installed. Again, aircon unit, still the same one, Dometic, Harrier Plus in the front. Down here we've also put on some barn doors, so this is our cupboard space area. Still needs to be sort of finished up inside, but basically you've got your lock and everything, and it's all just stacked away up in there neatly. We will work out a way to kind of pen all those boxes and everything down so that when we're moving they don't shuffle around in there. And this whole section over here is going to be boxed off because that's where the heater is, or the heater tubing. And then heading down this way, so kitchen area, still all the same, not much, I don't think, pretty sure that's all the same. Kids schooling area, elves come to visit. Kids cubbies for their bunks. When we get ready to get on the road, we'll clean everything up and I'll give you a bit of a rundown in their rooms, but at the moment we're just keeping them for their own privacy. Yep, so fridge, everything here is all the same. Going down here, let me turn on some light because it's very, very dark. Ooh. So toilet area, pretty sure it's all exactly the same. Added a bit of detailing things here to cover that pipe. Staining the walls and the doors and everything has been done now. Some storage behind the back of the door, which is really handy. Lots of little cubes there and everything fits in perfectly. Over this side, again, pretty sure it's all the same. Big bathroom, big walk-in shower area. Yeah, pretty much all the same. Still need to finish off in here. We had contemplated starting that the other week and then we kind of gave up. One of those things. We'll get to it. It's on the list. And then our bedroom, again, pretty much the same. Nothing much has changed in here. We did remove the light at the back, which was one of the original lights, because that was left in here from the original build, and we have decided we were going to keep it because we couldn't be bothered removing it, and then we changed our minds. The reason why we did that was because we've had a second aircon unit installed as well. This one here is a bit different. This one here is the it's still Dometic, but it's the FreshJet 7 Pro, I believe, and I rate this one a lot higher than I would the Harrier Plus. This is the newer model and it is the Pro, so I think it's like the middle of the range. I believe there's 3 of them and this one is the middle, but between the 2 of them they work really well. We've had some really hot weather over the last few days. Still been warm inside, that is to be expected, but it is a lot nicer with both of these units than it is just having a fan going, so can't complain there. So again, everything in here is still the same. We still need to finish off the roof, the sides, the painting, the staining, blah 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 blah. It's on the list. And that's it. So going back down, that's the bus. It's as tidy as it gets. You're welcome, because it won't be much tidier than that. And then we're back at the front. So that's it, friends. You've been completely updated. You know everything that's going on now. Honestly, I think it'll probably won't be until end of January next year before I do any updates. So if you can, if you're on other socials, so Facebook, Instagram, jump on and like our pages to follow along. Bailey's Tour Oz. And then that way you'll be able to see little tidbits as we go along. I'm a lot more better at taking photos and uploading them as little shorts than I am as doing these big verbal in a YouTube video. So jump on that, have a look. Still planning on leaving, packing up and heading off around the end of Easter. So fingers crossed everything goes according to plan and we can still do that. And I think that's it. So we will talk to you soon. Have a great Christmas. Stay safe. Love you all. Bye.